Look, I felt absolutely compelled to make this video, right? I just see stuff and it's like, man, wow, I really can't believe this. And I have to tell somebody. I got to tell y'all what's going on here, man. When you thought that, on the Israel issue, you would think that everybody would see this as a tragedy, like that we wouldn't wish it on anyone, regardless of who you are. You just wouldn't wish it on anyone. The attacks on Israel were absolutely horrendous. I wouldn't like that to happen to my worst enemy. OK, but BLM decides to go and support the Hamas attacks against Israel.
BLM chapters and groups across the country celebrating the sickening Hamas assault by these paragliders descending from the sky and bringing death to 260 young people enjoying that music festival. The Chicago BLM chapter posted on X an image of a paraglider, just like the terrorists, with a fluttering Palestinian flag above the words, "I stand with Palestine," and the comment, "That is all, that is it." Noted theologian Rabbi Shea Held responded by posting on social media, quote, "Because nothing says liberation like slaughtering 40 babies in one small kibbutz, shame on you for declaring your moral bankruptcy." Another chapter of the Black Lives Matter grassroots group calls the attack on Israel a, quote, "desperate act of self-defense that must not be condemned." Well, the Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Gilad Erdan, told me that he is shocked that some pro-Palestinian groups in our country have actually been supporting Hamas.
We just saw 700 innocent civilians, babies, mothers, grandparents, Holocaust survivors were butchered by barbaric Hamas operatives. And you are standing here supporting them? What can I tell these people? It makes me cry.
So, yeah, these people hate America. OK, they hate America. They don't like anything good. All right. That's what we're dealing with here. Good and evil. That's what we're dealing with. At this point, you get out here and you stand behind a group of people who have allegedly have slaughtered little children. If you've seen some of the video footage, it's awful. All right. They flatten their cities. But you come out here and support them. Like, what does that say about you? Black Lives Matter. What does that say about who you really are? I wish these people just leave the United States if they don't like it here. You don't want to support these people around the world. Why don't you move there? Go to some of these other countries that you support and that you love so much. The devastation that these people have caused, it's out of this world. There's no excuse for supporting this. Not any. I don't know a logical person that would do it. Well, that's what we're talking about. Irrational, radicalized people on the left. OK, that's your party. Lefties, that's your party right there. Y'all all on the same side.
That Black Lives Matter is not about equal rights for black people, that it's always been a violent, Marxist, anarchist organization. It pushes, for instance, divisive critical race theory, the idea that legal discrimination against white people should be allowed. Several of their organizers have been prosecuted for fraud. They've abused donations that have been made to the group. And, given that this organization in its heyday reaped at least £60 million for people who saw them as the big thing, the big cause to get behind, including, let's not forget, many corporates. I'm really not surprised about this. I mean, as I say, as far as I'm concerned, the writing was always on the wall about them.
Yeah, I mean, we take the knee before football matches, don't we? We've had, it kind of indoctrinated into kids, and we've had politicians taking the knee left, right and centre. We have police officers taking the knee outside Downing Street. And some people bothered to have a little look at what the Black Lives Matter organisation actually stood for. And I am always at pains to stress the difference between the words Black Lives Matter, which are valid, obviously, and the Black Lives Matter organisation, which is its own entity and is a political force. It published a manifesto. That manifesto had some incredibly Marxist things in there, like the radical redistribution of wealth and the disintegration of the nuclear family. Those were things that they stood for, right? And yet we just gobbled it all up, didn't we? We gobbled it all up, and now there they are with a Palestinian paratrooper.
Yeah, and of course, defunding the police as well. I mean, perhaps I could just remind the viewers about some of the people who actually fell for their rhetoric. You know, the BBC, who, when the BLM organised what turned into riots in London, called them largely peaceful. So keen were they to ensure that Black Lives Matter got their message across. You've already mentioned the Premier League, who allowed players to have their names replaced by Black Lives Matter on their back of their shirts and to take the knee before football matches.
They're not on the side of the American people. But there's a lot of hate going around, man. Just a lot of devastation, a lot of hate. And people just jump into conclusions instead of thinking before they speak. Whatever happened to those days when you actually take time and think before you speak? Now, I'm at a loss for words for BLM. It doesn't surprise me. But these people have no dignity, they have no standards, they just have no morals, okay? They don't. All right. I only want to bring scripture into this because we know that they don't read it. They have no clue what's actually happening. They got no clue. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm blown away by that. I can't believe. I mean, at the same time, it didn't surprise me, but I just absolutely can't believe that they come out and say this stuff. Crazy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Until the next time, man.